I'm Savannah Storm, and you are watching the Anthony Rogers Show.
Everyone is fake, but everything is great as long as you can clean the messes that you make. I'll punch you in the face, but everything is safe.
Hey, thanks for watching this video, and I want to say without companies like Luxurious Bastard Beard Oil, this video wouldn't be possible to make. So you can go and links in the description, Luxurious Bastard, promo code Legendary, and get some beard oil. Great smells, great function, great look, great shine, you know. Do that and support the sponsors so we can continue to make videos like this for you. Thank you.
This is Frankie MacDonald, my own TV station live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Major winter storm is headed towards Missouri on Wednesday, February 12, 2025. It's going to bring around 6 to 12 inches of snow, especially in St. Louis, Missouri. And may mix it with ice pellets and freezing rain. It's going to bring a lot of blowing snow and freezing rain. It's going to bring lots of snow in Kansas City. It's going to affect southern Iowa, including Fort Dodge, Iowa, and Webster City, Iowa. It's going to bring a lot of snow. Winds going to be pretty strong, including Seymour, Missouri, Springfield, Missouri, Jefferson City, Missouri, St. Louis, and surrounding areas. It's going to bring a lot of snow. Streets, roads, highways, and interstate highways will be snow covered. It'll be a whole lot of snow. Winds are going to be really strong. It's going to cause really dangerous driving conditions as well. People in Missouri, be prepared. Have your winter boots ready, winter jackets ready, hats, gloves, scarf, ski pants is ready. Order your pizzas and order your Chinese food. Buy a case of Pepsi, buy a case of Coke. Do your grocery shopping. Don't wait till last minute. Do it right now. Make sure you have your smartphone, cell phones, laptops, tablets, church, F3, G4, G5, LTE, and radio stuff. When you drive a car, take your time to drive your car, slow down, so you don't get in a car accidents. When you go for a walk, be very good walking so you don't slip and fall. Make sure your furnaces and heat pumps ready. Turn on your furnaces and heat pumps to keep those warm. Drink lots of green tea, white tea, red tea. Drink lots of green tea, keep you warm. Have extra blankets ready, keep you warm. So make sure your shovel, snow scoop, snow blower, snow plow, salt trucks ready as well. If you have anybody live in Missouri, be prepared for a major winter storm on Wednesday, February 12, 2025. Take care, stay safe. But don't get caught in a major winter storm. Stay warm, be safe.
Welcome back to your favorite podcast that's ever existed. My name is Anthony Rogers. Today we have co-host Nikki Knightley. We also have Nadia North on today talking about our subject. How you doing?
Hi.
What's up, guys?
It's been a second since we did a podcast. Sorry if you've been waiting forever to watch this. I've been traveling a bunch. We did the AVNs. That was deleted. So
you guys have been busy.
Yeah.
I love
it.
They're
trying to hold us down, and all we can do is rip our clothes off while they're doing it.
I love it.
Yeah, so if you were able to watch the AVN footage, the 14 hours it was up, I hope you enjoyed it. If you're one of the 10,000 people to watch it, I appreciate it. But yeah, no. So what else is going on? Did a bunch of stuff. Today we're talking about. I guess we're talking about taxes. It's been a big story these last couple weeks with Elon Musk and Trump going through all the companies and all the taxes and stuff we're messing up. Like, wow, a lot of crazy stuff we're paying. It seems like.
You know, it's pretty wild. The research that I've been doing and the research I specifically did today, just so I had a little bit of education on what the fuck I'm talking about. It was quite shocking because the amount of money that they're spending on experiments on animals and transgender like testing. They're basically like transitioning animals and giving them drugs. They're testing if they're more or less likely to overdose on GHB, which was a really weird, because apparently that's like a drug that's used in the LGBT community. I mean, it's a date rape drug, also recreational. I mean, fucking, I've used it. Okay, like whatever. But like, why is that even being thrown into the mix? Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
I was gonna say, oh my gosh, that took a turn. I was like, what are we doing?
This is like millions of dollars are going into these studies, and Nancy Mace, who's been actively speaking out against this and questioning these authority figures in court, is like, why are we using this money for this? And at the end of the day, what a lot of them were saying is that they're being written grants by the Democratic Party to do these like studies. And these colleges are taking about 40% of that money. And they're like, well, what do we do with the rest of it? We have to make it look like we're doing something. So they're just kind of like doing these bullshit experiments that aren't even really necessary and subjecting animals to cruelty. I mean, to say the least. Like I haven't eaten meat in almost 10 years. So I
was trying to understand because you were talking about the LGBTQ community, and I was like, wait, what? I was trying to understand what you were talking about for a second there.
No, you're good. So basically, like during the Biden administration, a lot of our taxes were used for things that we had no idea were being used for. And one of those things was these tests, these scientific experiments where they were transitioning animals, monkeys, dogs, rats, and they were giving them hormones, and they were doing experiments on them. And so a shit ton of money went to that, like millions of dollars. There was also money that was...
Those are the administrations that you're talking about, like obviously the wasteful spending. Is that what you're... Yeah. That's like messed up. That was actually like the bulletin points that I sent Anthony. We have a lot of stuff that we were talking about earlier. We have to send it to her.
I can pull it up, I think. Hang on.
Yeah. So we're all on the same page. Because I was sent this by a fan. And I was like, you want to know what? Exactly. Good bullet points.
Yeah, I can't believe how it's finally getting exposed. I think everybody's known that like the lack of tax accountability in America has been ridiculous for a while. And I think that we're finally like kind of like it's finally getting to a point where hopefully something's being done about it. I don't know if this witch hunt's gonna do anything or not, but I mean it seems like it. I'm trying to figure out a way to share my screen on images and keep
What are you guys' views right now? Like
what?
He's been in there for what, 3 some weeks now?
Yeah.
So what are your views right now? I mean, how do you think everything's going? How would you sum it up?
Okay, radical. I would say there's a lot of radical things he's doing. Some of them are necessary. Some of them maybe not so much. Like, I think that not allowing children to change their gender without their parents' consent is something that should have happened a long time ago. Like, I don't think if you can't drive, you can't drink alcohol, and you can't get a tattoo, why are you in charge of being able to make a decision about whether you want to be permanently a man or a woman? Like, I think everyone should have the right to do that when they're at the age where they can make a sound decision to do that. Like, I am all for people's rights to change their gender. I agree with that.
100%.
I agree.
Your hormones aren't even at their level.
Sexual orientation.
Okay, let's be for real. Do you know that your teeth don't even stop growing until you're 20 to 23 or whatever? Was that what it was? My son had like a bone marrow thing, and I was like, what? They said, no, that's the peak for men. And I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't even know half the time. Like, there's so much more life, and your body's not even all together. I'm like, no,
and the thing is, all that whole movement was doing was putting money into this huge fucking organization that might as well fucking be gangbangers or fucking like mobsters, is the big pharma, because all that's doing is making all these children like medically reliant on surgery and medication for the rest of their lives.
Well, it's beyond that, but yeah. Everything is crazy, but I love it. I love to see the news every single morning, and they're like, oh my gosh, this happened. And I was like, woohoo. It's kind of like, what's up?
One thing I didn't agree with was that he is like, okay, we're just going to buy Gaza and just do whatever we want. I'm like, well, what about all the people who were like murdered and pillaged? Like, they don't get to go back to their homeland. That's kind of what we did to Native Americans. So I'm not super down with that. Don't think there should be a war in Gaza. I don't condone the Jews told
that he wants to be.
They get a lot of snow hitting from Missouri on Wednesday in parts of Iowa.
Hi, Frankie.
Frank.
I'm
Yeah,
doing great so far.
What's
Last
up?
time I was on the Anthony Rogers show, that was in January before you went on a tour to Florida and Nebraska.
yes, sir.
How are you doing?
I was so weather's getting crazy. You said tomorrow, Frank?
A lot of snow in St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah. Nothing's happened yet. I don't think. I think we're still cool right now. But it's happening tomorrow. You said?
Yes, it's going to happen tomorrow in St. Louis, Missouri, and the rest of Missouri and Kansas City.
That's crazy.
It's going to affect Iowa too.
I saw that video. The video's going around everywhere. You sent me. Yeah, they got thousands of views across platform. You talking about that? You definitely. I think Missouri appreciate you giving everybody a heads up. That's what everybody was saying in the comments, and they really appreciate that. What's up with? I guess they're from. I don't know if you guys want me to say in your states, but if you want to ask your areas, feel free. But
They got the new T-shirt edition Frank Del bobbleheads coming out in July 2025.
another bobblehead, huh?
A new Frank Del bobblehead on National Bobblehead Hall of Fame website, a T-shirt edition.
Yes. Oh shit. Oh.
This is the first time I'm on Anthony Rogers show since mid-January
Wow, that's right, huh? It's been a minute.
because Anthony Rogers went away.
It's been a
Because
bit.
Anthony Rogers went to Florida doing the comedy, stand-up comedy in Nebraska. That was late January to early February. And things are great so far in Sydney, Nova Scotia. It's pretty cold over where I'm at right now in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Right now, I'm down Charlotte Street in Sydney right now. And if you hear about this, Sydney, Nova Scotia, and I'm showing you Charlotte Street in Sydney, there's lots of snow on the ground.
I love it.
Wow.
They
Looks
actually
cold.
don't have that much snow.
Looks
I thought
cold
they'd
there.
have
But
more.
We're not impressed. There needs to be more snow.
I thought you would have had more snow. Oh, my goodness.
That means California had wildfires back in January. It was really bad, destroyed a lot of homes in northwestern California. It was really bad. Santa Ana winds triggered a lot of fires, destroyed homes there. Then it got a whole lot of rain heading for California on Thursday in Los Angeles. That's going to bring mudslides in Los Angeles.
Oh, shit.
what's up with South Carolina, New Orleans, Frank?
It's going to bring lots of rain and thunderstorms in New Orleans right now. And they had a Super Bowl back on Sunday, and Eagles won.
Thanks for reminding me.
Who are you rooting for?
This was like
They lost snow.
satanic ritual, right, or some shit.
Who
Oh.
is your team?
And Super Bowl already happened.
I love them.
I missed it.
I love him. He's like, girl. He
Things
always
are going great
texts
so
me.
far.
The Chiefs were supposed to win. What do you think about that, Frank? What do you think about the Chiefs losing? They're supposed to win.
Chiefs tried their best this year.
I don't know
Kansas
if they
City
did.
Chiefs. What?
Did so? Are you sure about that?
Kansas City Chiefs tried their best this year.
I freaking love him. Just saying.
If that was their best, that was
I
crap.
miss you.
If that was their best.
I just
It was
miss him.
brutal.
That's embarrassing.
Then they got lots of bad weather. Wisconsin and all those places, lots of snow in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Madison, Wisconsin, and all those places in Chicago, Illinois. A lot of snow coming on Wednesday as well. Then it's going to head towards Toronto Wednesday night and Thursday. It's going to bring a lot of snow in Montreal Wednesday night and Thursday. It's going to eventually reach Bonaventure, Quebec on Thursday night. It's going to bring snow, freezing rain, and rain in Sydney, Nova Scotia. It's going to bring really high winds after a storm on Friday in Sydney, Nova Scotia. And it's going to bring really high winds in Boston, USA too. And it's going to got more storms in central states as well. I got a feeling it's going to be a really bad tornado season in central United States this coming spring.
Time to tour.
Sorry. But pardon.
I never got
And did you
some of that
hear
product.
about this? They had an earthquake in the Caribbean, 7.6 magnitude.
What?
They didn't.
7.6 magnitude earthquake struck Caribbean. It was really bad there.
That's crazy.
What do you mean it's bad there?
And did you hear about this? It's been it's almost up to 120 Fahrenheit in southern Australia.
Really?
120 Fahrenheit. Well,
A fan of mine is saying hi to me. I repeat, a fan of mine is saying hi to me.
Let's talk to your
We're
fans.
both like, wait, what?
I'm confused.
I don't want to like.
And did you hear about this? Southern Australia almost reached 120 Fahrenheit. It was mighty hot there.
Really?
It's mighty hot. Wow.
That means days are getting shorter in New Zealand. Their fall starts on March 20th, same day as our spring. Right now, days are getting shorter in Australia. Days are getting longer in my area. Days are getting shorter in New Zealand. Days are getting longer in your area.
That's what she said.
You can't get shorter. I was
They're
like,
the opposite of
what
us.
do you mean? You can't get getting shorter. We've
Things will be getting shorter.
And down South Africa, lots of hot weather going on in South Africa. So much rain and thunderstorms going on in Zimbabwe and all those countries, and Lion and Mauritius Islands and the French Polynesian, all those places. A lot of rain and thunderstorms going on in Venezuela, parts of Peru, parts of Bolivia, parts of Ecuador, and Amazon rainforest. It's really thundery and rain. A lot of rain going on right now. It's really dry in northern Chile right now. It's in our northern Argentina. It's really dry there right now. In southern Argentina, warm air, cold air fighting each other because their fall starts next month. Daylight savings time is on March 8th and 9th in Canada and the United States. Last weekend of March around March 29th to 30th, daylight savings time begins in New Zealand. Then on.
Frankie, is it true that Nova Scotia was the closest place to the Titanic?
Nunavut is the coldest. Nunavut territory is the coldest place in Canada.
No, I said like the Titanic. Do you see what I'm saying?
The Titanic? You mean where the Titanic like fell?
When it went down, supposedly Nova Scotia was like right there, and I never knew that. I was like, I thought it was something different.
Nova Scotia was just sitting there watching and didn't do fucking dick, dude.
No,
Bullshit.
Did you hear about this?
With your dick in your hand? Come on.
I didn't realize.
I found out the daylight savings time comes to an end in New Zealand, and Australia and Chile. That's April 6th and back around April 5th and April 6th. That's when daylight savings time ends in Australia, New Zealand, and Chile. Once again, around April 25th, daylight savings time begins in Egypt.
Ooh!
Egypt would be fun.
That means once again, the first weekend of April, daylight savings time comes to an end in southern hemisphere like Chile, Australia, and New Zealand.
When are we going to just get rid of that bullshit? Like, it's kind of bullshit, right? I hate it.
My daylight savings time begins on March 9th, and England's is March 30th, and Australia's comes to an end on first weekend in April.
Now you're fucking learning, you know.
Australia has monster-sized spiders. Like, it's the size of a twat.
Days are getting shorter down Australia already, in New Zealand, and all those places.
Is this my love song? Is this for me?
Meditation.
Is this my love song? Nikki?
Yeah.
Thank you, girl.
Yeah.
All Anthony. This is all Anthony. All Anthony.
Yeah, I'm actually serenading Frankie right now, so.
You're just serenading. You get to sing. Actually, you get to sing.
Listen to me, honey. All
And
right.
go. Okay, we're waiting, Anthony, and go.
I'm like,
Down in Australia, and New Zealand gets their snowstorms in June, July, and August every year.
Like you just put the call on hold.
love you. I miss you.
If you want to follow me on social media, my blue sky is at Frankie MacD, my threads is at Frankie MacD 194, my link tree is Frankie MacDonald, my Facebook is Frankie MacDonald, and my Instagram is Frankie MacD 194, my ex formerly Twitter is at Frankie MacD, my TikTok is FrankDon194, my Clapper is FrankDon194, my Twitch is FrankDon194, my Snapchat is FrankMVCDON, my YouTube channel is Dogs and Wolves, and my LinkedIn is Frankie MacDonald. Best luck there, I'm Frank Down. You're listening to Anti Rogers Show every Tuesday night.
Were you distracted by one of the girls when you were going out your promo, Frank?
What?
They're doing great so far.
Seems like you were
Wait,
distracted.
what was hard? All I heard was hard. Did he say hard?
If you want to, If you want to follow me on social media, my blue sky is at Frankie
zoned
MacD.
out.
My Twitter, now X, is at Frankie MacD. My threads is at Frankie MacD94. My link tree is Frankie MacDonald. My Facebook is Frankie MacDonald. My Instagram is Frankie MacD94. My TikTok is FrankDonald94. My Clapper is FrankDonald94. My Twitch is FrankDonald94. My Snapchat is Frankie AMCDON. My YouTube channel is Dogsandwolves. My link is Frankie MacDonald. Best of luck to you. I'm Frank Donald. You're listening to Anthony Rogers Show every Tuesday nights.
I miss you, Frankie.
He's like, no, I'm out of here.
Right? He just stopped. He like stopped and just stared at it for like a second. He's like he was saying something and he just goes.
You know what the sad part is? I didn't even realize I was doing it.
No, you're like posing. You're like posing. And you just
what
like.
am I doing? I was bored and I was in the moment. And I was like,
He was telling his promo, and then he just started staring at Nadia. He's like midway through, he's like
I didn't even know.
Follow me on Farmers Only. And he's like,
it's so funny though. He takes it pretty well.
Oh my god!
I love Frankie. I love Frankie, man. He's my favorite weatherman, honestly. He's never wrong.
I love it.
He was warning Missouri about, like, I posted that on, like I said, I posted on Facebook, got like 11,000 views, which is great for Facebook because it's like dead. And Missouri was just like, thank you, man. Like, thank you for telling us about the weather, warning us about the weather. Because like people trust that guy more than they trust some weird guy dancing in a suit.
It's the news and the weather.
They do. They trust Frankie more than the news. So I'm just like, all right, let him talk. You know, it's like
I love that.
Yeah.
He's like the cutest guy ever, for real.
He's so on point.
Face, and he's witty, and I love that. He's like right back, and he's on point, and I freaking love it. He's like, I got you.
No, it's Frankie a lot, man.
Motherfucker's G, dude.
All right, we're gonna pull up if you clicked on this episode because of the title, instead of wanting to learn about the weather, we have a video we're gonna pull up to kind of give reference to, like, we're gonna talk about the rest of the time here about what are our tax dollars going to, and like what should we do about it type thing. I mean, we're gonna pull it up right now. Let's see, can we see it? Okay, cool.
If you look at the waste and abuse that has run through USAID over the past several years, these are some of the insane priorities that the organization has been spending money on. $1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbia's workplaces, $70,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland, $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia, $32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru. I don't know about you. As an American taxpayer, I don't want my dollars going towards this crap, and I know the American people don't either. And that's exactly what Elon Musk has been tasked by President Trump to get fraud, waste, and abuse out of our federal government.
She was on point. That was super on point. Like, I think well said. I mean, I think like that.
She delivered that information quite effectively. The other videos I saw were like in court, but that was like kind of like in a nutshell, like where the fuck has our money been going? And that's where it's been going. It's that type of shit that it's like, dude, do that on your own time. I have nothing against gay people. I'm into girls. I'm bi. I don't give a shit. Like, go fuck whoever. But spend my money on.
Wait, I got lost. Show me. I don't believe you. See how my mind goes? I'm like, I just lost all track of everything we were talking about. She screwed that up. You can't do that to me. I'm like, wait, what? That is totally.
Frankie, like, what?
Anthony, see? She made me blush. All right, go ahead. See, that's what just happened.
Well, that's so, I love that.
Yeah. Anyways.
It's so stupid. Like, it's like, okay, we get it. Like, be proud to be gay. Like, that's great. And all for that, right? But, like, why are my taxes going towards helping homeless people here in America? Like, or people who are, like, in the war, veterans who are, like, lost their mind on drugs and on the street. Like, their priorities are completely out of whack. These other countries, like.
But that's what we're trying to do right now. So it's awesome. We're trying to get that government so it's smaller. And we're all in tune. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's freaking awesome.
It is
And it's
fucking
like
cool.
one of those moments where you're like, oh my gosh, he went in and he's like, I hear you guys, I understand everything, I'm here for you guys. And it's like bam, every damn day. And you just have to help but smile.
Dude, he's taking so much action, and it's like that's the most action I've seen any president do in that amount of time ever.
Do you know
Ever.
You know how screwed we would have been, like if it went the other way, for real. It would have been stagnant. It would have been the exact same right now. Exact same. But now look what's happening. Everything's bam, bam, bam. We're like in-house this, scale use this, and like I'm like, what? You know what I mean? It's insane. It's so exciting.
It is exciting, I agree.
I think
the power to the people. It's giving power back to the people at the end of the day, because it, as much as like the Democrats want to say that they're saving democracy, they're breaking it down in front of us. They're breaking down democracy right in front of us. They're using our money for fucking to help other countries. They're not even trying to help their own country. And at the end of the day, it's like the state created the bigger governments, and like the state doesn't even have any power over where their money is going. Some bigger entity is basically like, we're in charge of this, and what we do with it is none of your fucking business. And like, no, hold on, it is my business because that's my money. Like, where the fuck is it? Why do I have to give 15% of everything? Every dick I suck, I had to give 15% of that, and it's going where? What the fuck? I want the dick sucking time back, and I want
it.
It's fun. I want it now.
This is
Come on. It's not there. Fuck. I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
You know that's gonna be in reels. This is gonna be in like reels on fucking everything. Like
bloopers and like, wait, what? Like, yes, please, right here. Wait, I gotta get a camera angle, right?
Here's how math works. Here's how
yeah,
the amount
of
times
Anthony,
I sucked a dick,
here.
the amount of took times the amount of days divided by the fucking 15%.
I don't know what's happening right now. It's like I'm blushing like a mofo, and I don't even know what we're talking about right now.
We're trying to equivalent tax into dicks, okay? The math equation I'm trying to make sense of. In my math brain, my porn girl brain is trying to pass up the fucking taxes.
All
and
is okay. Where were we?
It's not mathing, okay?
What happened? Okay, girl,
we're just complaining about taxes. Why are all my tax money like, it's like, what the fuck? Like, where is this money going? Like, how many more dicks do I have to suck? Like, fuck. For this to make sense. Like,
wait, were you 1099?
I was like, what?
Wait, were you 1099 or here's me like,
I was 9, but it's still
you said suck dick, and I was like, wait, what kind of taxes were they putting on you? Here's me as producer girl. I come in, I'm like,
and shit, taxed on the porn scenes that I would do. I mean, like I had to pay the taxes. Like, even if I evaded paying my taxes, like I still got chased down and like had to pay it, like eventually, you know what I mean? So it's like, I was still paying, I'm still like giving a part of my paycheck to the government, and blowing it off into the wind and like telling me to shut up down. It's like,
you were talking about scenes. You were talking about scenes. That's why I was curious. Because I was like, stuff like, yeah.
Oh no! I mean, if I
right after I'm not gonna your wardrobe, all of that. Yep. We should actually do a show about that. If you're in the industry, what to do is tax write-off, because I'm kind of pro at that.
Condoms? I feel like,
yeah, for real. Like lube, wardrobe, hair, wardrobe.
Lashes,
Yeah,
fucking
because
makeup.
and then sometimes you can write off personal belongings like as far as sets go. So if you bring in something, you're like, hey, I'm not using this rug. You know, part of a set.
Right off. Hey, right there. We're writing that rug off.
And then you can also, if your vehicle is over a certain weight, you can use that and write it off. Like there's benefits that people don't understand. You have lighting, you have wardrobe, and it's part of your work. It's kind of like a realtor. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, there's a lot of things that our industry does not know that they could be
using to write off. Well, I think a lot of people in the industry are not great with money or taxes. Like,
okay, I agree. I 100% agree with that. Yeah.
But I just think most of the people that get into the industry are neurodivergent already and struggle with keeping a regular job, which is why it's easy to have a job like that, where like you just go when you are called, you're kind of on call or whatever, you make your own schedule.
No, I don't think that. No. Do you think it's a side job?
Huh?
Do you think it's a side job?
What, like porn? No, I'm just saying, like, you don't have to work a 9 to 5 every day. Like, it's a little different because it's kind of like you can pick and choose if you want to do a scene or not. Like, you don't have to show up and get, like, you'll get fired and never work again. Like,
okay. Yeah. Hold on a second.
I mean, you think working in porn is like working a 5 to 9 job?
Okay, for my company it was because I had distribution. I also I wrote everything I was producing.
Well,
I
that's
booked
totally
locations.
Being like a performer. I'm not talking about if you're wearing multiple hats.
I was up for double spinning anal. So I mean, I'm very diverse. Just saying.
All of that. I'm a performer. I'm just saying, like, as someone who only wears one hat in the industry, like my experience wasn't full time. But I can see if you're working. That's what I'm saying.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
I was full time.
No, she's saying she wasn't. She's saying she only wore one hat and she wasn't a producer director. She was just a porn star. She like whereas you were doing your thing. She was comparing. She's pointing out the differences in like your guys' careers. It wasn't like a.
I'm saying I wasn't working full time. Like I would get hit up for scenes and then like agree to go beforehand. I wasn't working like on set or like as a director or writer or anything. I was just doing like scenes like. But I wasn't. I mean, you were probably getting booked more than I was. I clearly wasn't. I wasn't. It was like not a 5 to 9 for me, at least from my personal experience from what I did in porn.
Oh,
but yeah. So I mean, from my personal experience,
porn was always part time for me. I'd watch it at least 20 hours a week. You know, I would I'd watch it. It's a part-time job.
Okay, there's a lot of points to that one too. We should actually do like a show on that. So I used to actually, when I was directing and producing, I've done this to a couple girls that they just weren't ready and didn't understand the the consequences of everything in the industry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I still paid them and was like, I really think you need to think about this. So I think with our industry, when it comes to like before all of this stuff on the internet, we had like a more of a tight knit community.
Yeah, definitely.
So
you're talking about
I
like
did that. I did that less than 4 years ago.
Are you talking about before OnlyFans?
Less than 4 years ago, I paid 2 different girls because they were new on set, and I was like, you really should think about this. And this is up to you. Do you know what I mean? Like. I just want you to
on the internet forever. You know, the internet is
like
you can't take it back. There's so many people resharing it, all this shit like that. I mean, your imprint whatsoever on the internet is forever, and that's why I feel like I'll never get a job at Target just for saying faggot 75 times. That's like per podcast. Like, well, you'll never be a cashier at fucking Target, you know. But you know what I mean. I think being like anyway. Sorry, that was the comedic version of that. But I think the same thing. I think yes, I agree. Is what I'm saying.
You can't take back. Yeah, absolutely, totally. Yeah,
I missed you both. You guys are so freaking cute. Just saying.
I guess it's like once you kind of go into porn, it's like, okay, there's, it's hard to, especially if you're well known. It's like it's kind of hard to be like, oh, I'm just gonna like go back to living a normal life again and hope that people forget about it, type shit. It's like you kind of are like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, like, and that's okay. I'm like, hey, I fucking did it, and I don't regret it a fucking moment. Like
stage names probably help too. Like you both have stage names. It's probably like that's probably a helpful thing to separate it too. Like if I was like you know what I mean? Like I think if I was doing stuff, if I was doing that, I'd probably change my name too, so like my grandkids couldn't look me up and shit. Like when I get older and shit. I don't want like, you know what I mean? I don't.
Well, they figure it out eventually.
I think I'm gonna be on face recognition anyways.
You what?
Everything is gonna be like IG and face recognition anyway. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So different. I don't know.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, most entertainers use. I'm like one of the few entertainers who uses a real name. I think most comedians and other people use fake names. I'd argue most people use fake names.
Wait, what?
And it's a good layer. I say most entertainers probably use. Wait, what's up?
So your name came from what?
No, my name's a real name. It's like my name came from my parents, so they named me this. But I mean, like most entertainers probably don't do that because, like, I mean, in your field it'd be terrifying because, like, you have like some like 400-pound fat fuck jerking off to you for like 6 years, like trying to hunt you down. You're like, I love this girl. I love this girl. I'm gonna find this girl. Like your
it's
field's
not funny. That really does happen.
I was being serious. No, I was told. I was like, that's why I would use 7 fake names. I'd have like 7 fake names. I was probably maybe like this.
It doesn't even matter anymore because, as you guys know, like I do real estate, you know what I mean? And then it literally said what broker I worked for, everything else, and I kept my licensing up, but I was directing and producing, you know what I mean? And they were like, this is where she's at. I actually had to go in front of the ethics board in Ohio, just saying, and they actually said there was nothing I was doing that was illegal. Do you know what I mean? I was a realtor for over, I think it was like 15 years, but I know I'm older. I don't want to do MILF stuff and stuff. But no, but seriously, it was so tough. And then I got some hate mail, I guess, that said she tried to solicit us. And I was like, right now? Oh no, this is serious. So I was like, really? So they produced the email, everything else, and it went back to something that, whatever. It was a dead end, and it was somebody, I'm not gonna say anything, but anyways, but yeah, it was insane. You have to go in front of stuff with the board ethics and everything else, and I was like, I didn't do anything wrong. But it's kind of crazy when we have these names.
It was like the wife or some shit. It found out you were in porn. It's like, you were looking at her. I'm jealous or some dumb shit. 100%. And then that is your oh my God, I cannot believe it. I'm so sorry.
But that's like the laws. Okay, think about it. So when I was doing distribution, certain states have certain laws. Do you know what I mean? You can't do, you want to say what it is, but like certain things. But you really have to watch that. Go ahead, Anthony.
You can't do ass in the mouth in Texas, okay?
Oh, Freddie, baby. I'm here. Go ahead.
I hope somebody pulls this video up in a classroom as information on taxes. Like they're just like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a fine conversation about why we what we may or may not pay taxes for. Maybe some tax accountability in America. You're like, all right, you pull up the projector. You're just like, oh, here we go, and then it's just like.
Maybe it's a good ADHD commercial. I know I have that.
It's a good commercial for being on meds. Like, hey, don't be like these guys. Like, beyond ADD meds. Like,
it's kind of like when you get your driver's license, those terrible things. You're like, here.
The FBI's watching this to be like, what are they saying about taxes? And I'm like, oh, we're not saying anything about taxes. All right. I'm still watching that. I'm still watching.
Oh man.
We have the FBI and the customers met up.
These chats. Is anyone commenting? Oh, here we go.
Oh, we had a bunch of shit.
Attention, I'm having so much fun.
We had a bunch of shit. So basically, he's talking about Elon Musk here. He was like, he's rich doing the plan. He's trying to save our country. That's crazy. While Jeff Bezos is off on a super yacht. Elon is set up internet and cell service to the planet. I hope Elon Musk is as good as he's pretending. You know, I don't know. I hope he's a Superman instead of like some antichrist retard. You know, but I definitely hope so. I mean, I don't fucking know him. I never met him. His accent sounds kind of gay. But
okay.
Do what?
He's the poster child for autism.
Yeah. And we got actually $800 breakfast for one kid in a third world country sucks, and 20 kids can have food. So I guess he's talking about like the tax like payouts of like we're saying that we're feeding these people at abnormal rates. I'm assuming. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you want me to say your real name or not. I know your real name. I'm bad. I just say everybody's real name in the comments. Like they have a username just so no one knows. And I know who that is. I drink with that motherfucker all the time, so I know who that is. But then Janie was like saying like absolutely have multiple gifts, fireworks, board ships, serving, everything requires special clothing, equipment, and then basically just saying find the loopholes. So yeah, I think everybody can agree that the tax is kind of bullshit. There's no accountability really, and I mean it doesn't really even make sense we're paying them if we're just like paying like trans squirrels or something. They're fucking eating white cats. Whatever the fuck they're doing.
Squirrels.
Yeah, trans squirrels eating white cats. We put about $180 million for that.
Paying attention.
What?
Never again. I'm like,
that's what we're doing. So it's like
Heard that.
that's what we're doing while everybody complains about groceries. We're fixing the trans squirrels epidemic. So it's just like it's just a weird time. I think there's no accountability. The roads suck. The schools suck. They come with the taxes are going to. And it's like until you fix the roads or schools, I'll just let me keep my taxes. Like how would I pay you after they're done? You know.
The roads, like it's like dating a narcissist. You get the bare minimum, and he gives the rest to someone else. You even do the fucking road, dude. Come on, like
it's like how about
minimum here.
Yeah, you actually fix the roads and the schools, and then we'll pay taxes. So like let's fix everything you say you're doing, like you know what I mean, and then we'll pay for it. We'll buy it afterwards, like after the job's already done. How about that? And then if you don't do it,
we'll tip you after.
Yeah, and if you don't do it, we just keep our tax dollars. That way I don't have to pay taxes anymore. It's kind of gay. Especially during 2020, 2021, that was crazy. Everything was shut down. We still paid taxes. I'm like, I'm gonna need a refund for both of those years, homie. You know what I mean? I'm gonna need my money back. The schools are closed. Everything was fucking closed. I'm gonna need my money back. You know?
That's funny.
It's fucking true.
That's actually
fucking complaint.
Valid point.
Yeah.
This is the president.
You need
We're gonna write a fucking letter.
I like it.
Like,
I'm on your side on that one.
it's crazy. And they're trying to get money from me still. They're like, well, if I do my taxes, I owe all this money, right? I'm like, to who? To Ukraine? I'm like, you mean just send it? You mean just send it to Ukraine right now? It's like,
directly to them. Like,
fuck off. I don't give a fuck about Ukraine. I don't give a fuck about trans squirrels. I don't give a fuck about any of this shit. I just want to get rich, and I don't give a fuck. I want to keep my money, and I don't give a fuck about anything else. I don't.
Pay rent and eat food at a decent price. Come on. Like, it's not asking for much, okay?
I love those people that are like, they're like, man, eggs are really expensive. I'm like, then get a fucking chicken, you retard. You mean, she's like, what are you doing? It's like, what are you doing, dude? And
I'll keep it in my Hollywood apartment with all my other fucking pets.
We'll move out of Satan's fucking state first. Like, Jesus Christ. You gotta get the fuck out of Lucifer's
committee for 4-H.
Wait, what'd you say? Sorry. What'd you say, Nadia?
I was in the poultry committee for 4-H.
You look like every girl on 4-H. They're all blonde. Every single girl on 4-H is always blonde, I think. I think that's what happens.
I love my chickens in my pack. Do you know when you do this with a duck and you squeeze the anal gland upside down, it shoots food.
You may find it hard to believe I did not know that. Nadia, I did not know how to turn a duck into a shit gun. So,
you can literally aim that sucker.
Oh my God, I gotta stay away from country people. All right. I take it back. Don't raise your own chickens. Buy $13 eggs. I take it back. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh! Right now, with the cost of eggs, it's like little chickens on like the pimp chair. You know how like crowns used to be good back in the day. It's like they're on this pimp chair, like what's up? They're getting facials because obviously their cost of living went up a lot.
Yeah. Plus, eggs are fucking gross. I eat out like every meal. I don't know why people complain about groceries. I spend way more money on food than they do. Because I fucking like everyone's like, I can't afford to buy groceries. I'm like, man, I eat out like every meal. I mean, every meal is amazing. I pay $20 to $40 for a meal.
What is he talking about right now?
Who, me?
He's talking about he eats out every day because he lives in a freaking bus and doesn't have to be.
I still have a house. I still have a house.
Wait,
I still have other things. I just live in my bus, and I have
biggest cheerleaders right here.
I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that, like you should like, if you can't like. I don't understand. I can afford to eat out every meal. Why can't they afford groceries? You know, I'm like, if I can afford to eat out every single fucking meal,
groceries is just
you. That's your planning. That's the way that you live.
But like, why can't they afford groceries if I can afford to eat out every meal and tip?
More expensive.
So,
okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
It's like
the
man, it's like
average
fucking.
person. They should actually message something down. How many times do you actually eat out a week?
Oh shit, a lot.
It's
like fucking like yeah.
You're
3
not
times
the
7.
norm. Do you know what I mean? Like most people,
I'm aware.
Actually, and I mean, it depends where you live. I mean, there's certain cities and stuff where it's socializing. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying.
It's like the last time I went to the grocery store, I spent $250 on a week's worth of food.
Oh, it's brutal. Like seriously.
Last time I went to the grocery store, I didn't eat any of it. I bought like hamburger and all this stuff. I didn't cook any of it. I'm like, I don't fucking like cooking.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Cooking.
I'm gonna scooch myself because I'm not dressed properly from the waist down.
But it's like I don't understand. I'm not trying to be a dick. I just understand the problem people have. It's like if groceries were expensive, I wouldn't buy groceries. It just doesn't make any sense. I'm like, okay, so grocery expensive.
Okay, in Hollywood, if you want to eat out, it's easily $20 per meal.
Same here. 20 to 40.
20.
Okay, maybe 25. I mean, it depends on if you're ordering in or not. Like I would say, like if Chinese restaurants would probably get it for like 15.
I didn't
but
mean
$20.
Wait.
But yeah, that's not even a lot. That's what I'm saying. It's not a lot of money though. I think like I think people should work on making more money or something. He's like it's about $20 per meal for me too.
Dude, fuck you.
Huh?
Yeah, get rich and shut up.
Okay.
I was broke through my 20s, so I don't have to cry about being broke. You know what I mean? It's like fuck. Look, I mean, it's just a weird thing to complain about to me. It's like I can't afford groceries. I'm like, well, then work harder. Like, fuck, I don't know what to say. Get richer.
Yeah,
like, you mean, if you can't afford eggs, you should fucking stop complaining about it. Go work harder. Start a company. Start do something. That's how I feel. It's like I grew up in a trailer park. You mean? I was a fucking. My parents were broke as fuck. I was like, my mom had me like 19 years old, and I'm in my fucking office. My face is on 13 things in this fucking office. It says my name in 12 different spots. I mean, I'm just saying. It's like you can do anything you fucking imagine, and if you make up these lame ass excuses, you're a fucking loser. Like if you can't afford groceries, you're a fucking loser. Sorry. You know what I mean? And it's like I can afford eating out every fucking meal, and I'm a loser. You mean it makes no fucking sense? And life's not hard. It's only hard if you like feel bad for yourself, want to fucking complain, and like start a company, do something that you want to do. Realize that maybe working at fucking Target or Walgreens isn't a fucking smart business plan, and fucking start your own company, and maybe try to make. Yeah.
You have to give them a little bit of a leeway. Do you know what I mean? This is the whole thing, like where they're coming in, like saying like sectioning and all that kind of stuff. There's a cap and a limit. So things happen. Just like fair. Any of us.
And that's fair.
Go from, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or your house could have burnt down in the fire.
But
You lost.
I love that they're capping it. They're freaking capping it, and they're like, "No, bitches, figure your shit out," and like show some accountability, show some, some enthusiasm. Like,
I ate like $3 burritos for my 20s. I eat fucking the cheapest amount of fucking like I was eating $3 burritos for my 20s. You know what I mean? So I don't have to be a broke piece of shit complaining about fucking eggs right now. You know, and that's what this is. You know what I mean? I don't have to fucking want like oh god, like the world sucks. I'm like fucking fix it, you fucking idiot. I mean, if you don't like something, fix it. Like, what are you doing telling me? I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't even care what I think. You know what I mean? Like, here's my opinion. Like, I don't even care what the fuck I think. You know what I mean? It's a weird thing. It's like
I don't even care what I think.
it's just fucking true. You know, it's like everybody has a fucking opinion nobody gives a fuck about. You know what I mean? And they just want to make excuses about everything. They're like, well, it's the rich people's fault that I'm poor. It's like, no, you're lazy and kind of stupid, probably inbred. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like you have 13 fucking problems, and it's not my fault that your life sucks. You know what I mean? It's not some fucking dude that worked hard's life. Like,
going.
It's fucking true though. I hate that shit. I hate that loser mentality. I hate that like loser mentality. You know, I'm in my office at fucking 9:30 p.m. right now, so I can fucking eat out every meal. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not fucking. You know what I mean? I'm at work. I'm at work still. You know, I work all fucking day in here. You know, it's like you know what I mean? It's like I hate everybody's excuses. They work like fucking like you know dumbass jobs and wonder why they don't make any money. Like I barely tried. I fucking applied for everything and I can't afford eggs. Ooh. You know, it's just like you can fucking try, you fucking retard, or buy a chicken. Rent a fucking house with a fucking yard. Get a fucking chicken, you fucking idiot. Chickens make fucking eggs.
Yeah, you need a couple cocks in your yard.
Yeah.
It's like knowing how to like work the system. Like get on food stamps, have the government buy you fucking food, and then still work a fucking job. Don't pay fucking taxes. Like
yeah, dude, it's like get some fucking dude. Food grows in the fucking ground, you fucking idiots. You know what I mean? Instead of putting grass in your fucking yard, maybe put some fucking crops.
Wait, that's like a whole nother freaking podcast because we were all brought up a different way. And I think that people are trying to figure out how to, you know what I mean? Like the newer parents, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. Me, I was brought up and I knew my consequences. So, like, you have to be on this time. You know what I mean? Like everything was like.
I just never understand I'm still like stuck in the grocery. They're literally just like that food's poisonous, right? Everything in the fucking food is poisonous, and then now it's overpriced, and you're still buying it. You fucking retards! You mean it's like I can't afford the poisonous food that I don't want to eat. I can't afford it, and I'm like it grows in the fucking ground. You retards! You mean it's like fucking?
That's a bad way.
Stop brushing your teeth with fluoride. Stop drinking fluoride water, and fucking like get a fucking chicken, get some fucking crops. Like, stop watching TV, stop watching TikTok, fucking get your life together, fucking do some push-ups, stop watching TikTok. Like, that's where we're at as a world. Like, we need to tell everybody that. We need to tell every single person that. Like do 25 push-ups.
I know, I totally. Unless you have, like, a legitimate excuse.
People are allowed to have downtime, but not the entire country. Holy shit. You know what I mean? It's just like people are allowed to have a bad time here. Like the last 4 years I hand-fed my fucking mom, and people are telling me stories like, well, I couldn't do it because like I was in college. And I'm like, oh, that makes fucking sense, you know? It's like I was like hand-feeding my fucking mom and I'm still killing it. I mean, like these people are fucking losers, and they have no. I mean, I was interviewing Tommy Chong while I'm hand-feeding my fucking mom. These people are just making excuses for their life. They're, I don't know if I could do anything. I'm like, you do whatever the fuck you want. Stop imprisoning yourself with your bullshit excuses and fucking do whatever the fuck you want. If you want to be poor, stay poor. Who gives a fuck? I don't care if you're poor. I mean, it's like you get rich, you're rich. You know,
shit though. We've been conditioned and brainwashed to believe that we have a cap.
Not me.
There's only we can do, and a lot of people.
I'm talking about. I'm like, no. There's no ceiling.
No, there isn't. There's not.
There's all up. Yeah.
Not. I think what people are brainwashed into thinking there is.
This is why I always surround myself with other entrepreneurs. This is actually why I love coming on here.
Well, we should teach everybody this, though. We need to teach everybody. It's like, because people think you can only apply for jobs.
Well, no, you're such a good friend, Anthony. We've known each other for so long, and I love surrounding myself with people who are like-minded. And you just stood out when we met. You know what I mean? And I believe in you, and I'm so excited about like your growth, and I'm so proud of you. And this just is nice because
was my growth a fat joke? Was that a fat joke? I gained 40 pounds.
You've gotten taller. It's freaking me out.
You're getting so fat. You gained 40 pounds. Your growth is fascinating. I know. Thank you, Nadia, for real. No, I appreciate you, for real. I appreciate you.
Like, seriously, you were such a hard worker. because I know where you came from. Like, for real. You were like the cutest, adorable, like, didn't even know what links were. You didn't even, I was like, hey, can I put a banner out there? And you were like, what are you talking about? You know, and you were so sweet. And I freaking adored it. And I'm like, you've grown and you've truly put your heart and soul into like your podcast. And I'm like, I like my heart out to you. Like, you've done an amazing job. I'm really proud of you.
Killing it, brother. Killing it.
Well, yeah. I appreciate that for real. I appreciate that for real. It's like, it's weird because like I feel like the last year I've had no one to impress, and it's been a weird year. So I've been starting to like impress myself. You know, it's like my mom was like my best friend, and she died. She was the person that was in on the joke that I was doing all the time, and like no one else is. I feel like because like me and her would just like rally up and like shit talk everybody, and just laugh about everything. And now I don't have that anymore. So it's like it's this weird thing. And then I sold out a show, my first show in Florida, like just a week or two ago. And I'm just like, I have no one to brag to. I'm just like, who do I even brag to? I'm like, I have no one to impress anymore. It's weird. But I feel like there's this weird freedom to that too. I feel like this weird, like it sucks and all this stuff. But like I feel like a weird freedom attached to it. You know,
that's not a healthy freedom though either. Sometimes.
No, it's the worst feeling in the entire world all the time. I'm just trying to straight face it.
Yeah, no, I get it. That's why I was like, no, it's a very lonely feeling.
No, it is. It is. I don't have that. I don't have my mom to just be like, hey, mom, look at all this cool shit I'm doing. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about your dead corpse to 2 porn stars, mom. Isn't that fucking crazy? No, it's like, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that she was. I don't know. And it was so weird. This is totally off subject about taxes. So if you guys watching my video about taxes, sorry.
This is such a subgroup, but we love them.
But my mom's favorite thing was Mickey Mouse. I got this in the mail. This was in the mail the other day in my office.
Oh, I thought that was an emoji.
No, my mom's favorite thing was Mickey Mouse, and it came in the mail the other day. I was like arguing with one of my friends about some dumb shit we don't even really care about. We're just mad about something else. And like I come into my office, I open this thing. It's like a fucking Mickey Mouse thing. Probably from my mom. I mean, just like universally speaking, probably from my. It's just a weird thing.
Wild.
And but it's weird because I complain about it all the time. So she's probably just like next to me. She's probably like in this chair next to me. I just can't see her body. And I'm like, I don't even get to talk to her. And she's like watching me. And you know, it's like it's a weird feeling. And like I don't know how to describe this. I think Nikki and I think a lot of my friends that like helped me through. I mean, Nikki was carrying this show, and I was like losing my mind. I was in the next room like while my mom's dying, like trying to do a podcast, and she was like interviewing physicists and shit. I mean, without her, man, and without like my real friends and shit that I have still, and like even my friends I'm arguing with and shit. I love you, motherfuckers, too, if you're watching this. But I'm saying like yeah, even though I'm arguing with you, I love you. You know, I argue with everybody. I argue with my fucking mom, dude. So I'll argue with everybody, dude. I'm just saying, like, without the key people, you were on several episodes in the beginning, Nadia, too. So you were on the show before it was anything. Like, I think that we didn't even know how to interview. It was I don't mind. Excuse me for explaining too much, but you were on with Peter North at one point, and like I had no fucking clue how to interview you guys at first. I just knew you guys were legends, and I'm like, oh, so like, what's it like being like fucking a legend and stuff? And I was like, I remember the first time I had Nadia on here, it was her and Peter North, legendary porn stars, legendary studio, all this shit. And like,
we're talking about you, misters. I like how you flagged.
No, it's on everybody though. I'm saying everybody's important, you know. Because like, I mean, I could. That's what I was thinking, Nikki. Because like, without Nikki, the show would fucking suck. And like, and I'm just saying, like, and like, without guests like you, Nadia, in the beginning, they wouldn't be where we're at now. I mean, you know what I mean? To where like none of it was like without the people watching this show, it'd be a fucking Zoom call. You know what I mean? Without the fucking people being on it, it'd be like, you mean, so like, it's a huge content. It's a huge thing with people that create content. Like Janie here watches every fucking episode almost. Like she's in every. Without her, you know what I mean? Like, you know, without her, and like my friend Brian was commenting, my friend Tom was commenting. Like these people, like I mean, these people like fucking like without them, like this wouldn't exist either. So it's this weird like thing. Like without all the fucking amazing guests and co-hosts and the other people, like it's like.
We're really doing it.
It's true though. It's like this weird. It's true though. It's just weird timing. It's like just like I don't know. It's like everything's perfect and I grow by the hour. It's crazy. I posted this song. I was on this podcast in Florida and it's hilarious. Like couple like interviewed me like on their bed and it was just hilarious to me. And this is when I realized I was fat when I watched that podcast. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm fat. Damn, I need to work out again. But anyway, so I was like, I forgot I was fat. So when I was, but anyway, so I'm in this couple's bed, just being fat, wearing a basketball jersey somehow. Because apparently fat people wear athletic gear now, and like they do this song. They do this song at the end of it, and like they're like singing a song about me, and it was so fucking crazy. I gotta pull this up. Sorry, this has nothing to do with taxes. I don't care. But the song's fucking hilarious, and it blew up. I got like 120,000 views. It's like, to me, that's cool. I'm like a retard from O'Fallon, Missouri. That's a lot of views to me. All right, so let me show you a song that's nothing to do with taxes. Like, yeah, it's nothing to do with taxes. And you've probably already even seen it if you're watching this show, because I post on every social media ad. But I'm gonna play it anyway because I fucking feel like it. And it's a song about me on a show named after me. So this is the most narcissistic thing that's ever fucking happened in the history of the podcast. They just like sing this. So after the podcast, they interview me and stuff. They do this entire interview, and after the podcast, they both pull out guitars and instruments and microphones and like sing a song about me to me while I'm just drinking tequila. It was so funny, dude. It was so weird.
Bro, the funniest part is it looks like you're wearing no pants. It looks like
I was going to say
it looks like you're wearing a shirt with no pants. While they sing the song.
I miss her.
I'm like, we're like in a fucking like we're in their like marital bed while they're doing an interview. They're just like asking me questions like what's it like being a comedian? I'm like it's pretty cool. I don't know. Like we're just no, being fat in a basketball jersey is like the funniest thing I think I do. Because when I looked at that, I'm like, I've never seen a fat basketball player, so it's like always funny to see like a tight shirt. I'm just like, what am I doing?
I don't know how they run like that. Oh my gosh! Like,
dude, I know.
If I'm running, there's a problem. I can't. No. I'm just saying, basketball. They run. How many miles is it per game?
That's a lot. That's a lot of running.
I mean, seriously.
I hate running.
I just got back into cardio. I did like a mile or two yesterday, and I felt like I hadn't done that shit in forever. And I'm like, oh my god. As you can tell by that video, I haven't been doing cardio lately. But I just got back into it, and like it's kind of funny being fat, but I worry about my health because I think it's funny being fat. But I'm like, man, I need to fucking like get strong again. So I started working out again.
Though.
You what?
Look good. You look good.
Oh, well, thank you.
You know that. And you've been watching everything.
I thought I looked great, actually, and you humbled me. But you humbled me a little bit. But I was. I'm gonna go dig up my mom and tell my mom a porn star thinks I'm hot. You know, I'm like, hey mom. I'm gonna talk my mom's ashes. I'm gonna go, hey mom, it finally worked out. It finally worked out. You know.
I did it.
Yeah.
No one else told me I'm handsome. Finally, mom. It finally worked out.
Oh my gosh.
She laughed at that shit. She had a fucked up sense of humor. She had a very fucked up sense of humor. She laughed.
I know she did.
She laughed harder than Nikki at this probably because she fucking had such a fucked up sense of humor.
I've known you for how long? Like.
Yeah, this episode's dedicated to Brenda Rogers' ashes. Yeah. Dude, I have old. I need to get this thing working right here. Speaking of Brenda, I got this thing here. When I first started interviewing people, I interviewed Guar with this. I interviewed like a bunch of like rock fans. Yeah, with a Kindle Fire in the beginning. I have my mom making fun of me for having porn stars on my show. She's like, "Oh, here's the Anthony Rogers show. He's really cool. He's got porn stars on." Like, you know, it's like she's just like making fun of me. I'm gonna use that for like a new intro.
Yes.
You should, because you were like literally you were like all about like musicians and artists, and then you went to porn stars, and I'm kind of like, is this right? It came from my publicist, and I was like, no, this doesn't seem like the type of person that interviews porn stars. I was a little confused for a second.
There was all rock stars. I met every rock star I wanted to. It's weird. I met everybody I've ever wanted to be honest. Like it's really weird. Like I'm pretty much, other than like Trump and Alex Jones, I feel like I met everybody I want to, and it's like a really weird thing.
You're 2.0.
You what?
You're 2.0.
2.0 what?
You're awesome.
Oh well, thank you. I'm stupid. I didn't realize.
You got this.
Yeah. I didn't even realize I'm being complimented. I'm like a fucking idiot apparently. I just found out I'm stupid. It's weird.
Are you talking to me?
I must not have heard you correctly.
I said I just found out I'm stupid because I said what 5 times. That's what I was saying. I was like making fun of myself for being like.
You just texted for autism, bro.
What a humble way to find out I'm dumb. No, it's this is a crazy kind of thing. I don't know. We haven't done this in a while. I just met Nikki for the first time in Vegas. That was cool. Like
face to face, finally.
After being a co-host for like a year or something, probably or more, maybe. I don't know. I lost track of time at this point, but
I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Like 2 years at this point.
I've been at my new apartment for about a year.
It was about 2 years then, probably.
And then I started when I was still at my other place. So it's been over a year actually. Yeah.
I'd argue somewhere around 2. Yeah, more than 1.
Are you still in Cali?
Her, yeah. I'm not yet.
I'm in Cali. Yeah, I live in Hollywood.
Huh?
I live in Hollywood.
Yeah. So I was like, that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's whatever. I don't know. It's a love-hate. I'm kind of like, I'm gonna move back to
everything that was happening there is insane. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know like rent went up. Everything's been crazy there.
Everything was on fire. Like my sister could see the fire in her apartment. It was pretty scary, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of people lost
That's
everything.
Like, okay.
Everybody's good. Thank God.
Yeah.
Southern California is a great spot to be if you worship the devil. But
what do you say?
What have you been doing? Okay.
It's a great spot to worship the devil. Yeah.
Dick and praise Satan. It's just, that's what I'm good at, and that's what I do. So
the Midwest is different. That we do the same things, but then we apologize about it. That's what makes us Christian. We're like we do the same thing. We do the same fucked up things, but then we're like, sorry, God, that was fucked up.
We have language.
I knew you'd forgive me because you're very forgiving, right, Jesus?
Well, they say like, what is it like with acting, right? They say take like something and be like, I know, right? Or goodbye, or they say it 10 different times. That is so the Midwest. They will be like, yeah, I know, or I know. And they change like the monotone and everything else. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I swear that's why all the good actors come from here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we're just like, yeah, just saying. I love it.
I feel like you have that aspect, but I feel like you have hella fire to you. Like if you're provoked, you'd have hella like fire though. You could not.
Well, you could do the Minnesota accent too, where you say, certain things, but it's like cute. It's adorable. They don't really say like you don't have an accent in St. Louis.
No, their accent's like, hey, cop a dollar? Hey, cop a cigarette? That's the St. Louis accent. Like,
really?
They always ask me for rides and shit. Yeah, they're always like, hey, can I have a ride? I'm like, absolutely not. I'll get them all hyped up. I'm like, oh, no way, dude. Never, probably. Nice to meet you, though, dude. Like you like hype him up and shit. He's like, I'll feed him and shit, man. I'll give him hella food and stuff. Like, dude, when they ask me for a ride, I'm like, dude, I don't even want to drive. If you want to ride somewhere, you're driving me somewhere, dude. I don't want to drive anywhere. I fucking hate it. That's how we solve homelessness. We all armed as chauffeurs. Just like it's the most out of touch way to save the world. But what were we even talking about? When this episode about tax system?
I don't even remember. Oh my gosh, this is why you guys cracked me the heck up, because I'm like, this makes my day better. Like, I'm just like, this is fun to me.
People just want to see you guys. People just want to see you guys. Like this episode. People like this episode.
Oh!
We lost it.
If it looked like that, people would like it way more. Like people just came in for the girls. Like if I just the show went up in ratings when I did that. It went up in ratings. Like so it's like. No, I remember one time. Okay, so Nadia, I don't know if you know this, but and I've told Nikki this a million times, but one time, I was just like in a bad mood, and the guest was kind of what I would call a retard, and like, and I just left the show, and then she was like carrying it still, interviewing this guy, and like killing it, and just be like asking him questions. He's like a physicist, and she's like just asking all these questions. And then I tell my friend, I'm like, I don't want to say his name, but I'm like, hey man, so I left my show last night and it still worked. And he's like, yeah, the only thing getting in the way of the Anthony Rogers show was Anthony Rogers. Because it was so funny seeing that I could leave my show and it just keeps working. It's funny. It was an entertaining thing I realized out of anger. Because I didn't want to yell at this guy because he's just trying to be smart, It's not his fault that no one's ever called him out before and he has no real friends. So it's just but then he's trying to say all this shit it's all matter of fact, he knows things that he can't prove.
But that's what makes you you. I mean, no offense, I was flirting with your girl. So yeah.
Wait, my wife or my co?
But I was still listening. My little sick mind.
Oh.
What?
She froze.
We should just move with it. Just all freeze.
I can't. Oh no!
She's so polite though. Nadia's such a nice person. She'll be back.
Yeah, she's dope.
No, she's awesome. No, she'll figure out in a sec. But this is like when your friend passes out at a party or something. You're just like, draw on them? I don't know. Right, she'll be back.
What it's like. Like, oh, they just stopped talking. Are they good?
Anyway, taxes. Anyway, guys, taxes. Yeah, do you think we should pay him or not? I don't know. What about taxes?
Give him a Coke. He's passing out on us.
She's just talking about. Everybody's just talking about insane stuff. I'm talking about my mom. She's talking about being a porn star. They're like the taxes episode. I'm like,
so we touched a little bit on it. We played the video. We touched shit. Talked about sucking dick. Whatever, same shit.
What's funny? What ties back to me crying about my mom and taxes to connect the story. Basically, my mom was a tax person, and she was supposed to do my taxes when I became successful. She died, and I'm just like. You know what I mean? I'm just like, what a fucking cruel trick.
Oh, yeah, and that's the biggest show.
Yeah, it's like, oh, why are your taxes?
Even has right now about that exact thing.
Yeah, she was like my tax person. I'm like, I don't even know what to do. She had my entire life. She's like, I take care of taxes.
She can't refer you to a tax person.
Well, I don't know. I try to listen to the ashes. I try to put the ashes in my ear and she's like, you don't fucking hear anything. Like, you tell me where I should get my taxes done. It's like,
point me in the right direction.
I'm like, Brenda Rogers, where do I go? Okay. It's like, you listen really closely, you can still hear her complain about something I did. No, but
oh man, I love it.
No, it's good comedy. It's real stuff, So, because one day you watching at home, you're gonna be missing your mom. You're gonna relate to this. You're gonna be like, man, I remember that guy missing his mom.
I remember him and his mom. Yeah.
Where's Nadia? Is she coming back? I need to send her the link.
I guess we can wrap it up. We've been on for about over an hour.
We can. I don't give a fuck either way. If you want to keep going, no, sure. If not, no, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, we did our time. It's served. Our favorite we signed.
Like rock stars and porn stars because they're comfortable. Oh wait, what is it?
No, that's true. We're talking about why we had rock stars and porn stars on the show because they're themselves. And that's true. Most porn stars have a very good sense of humor. Most rock stars are very themselves. Like even if I disagree with any of them politically, they're not really bitches about it. And they basically just I don't think I mean, like, no one agrees 100%. Even me, I mean, we have so many differences, and we're like still friends. That's how the world should work, you know. And I think that's how you're not.
And that's what the problem is. It's like when people found out certain people of their friends, especially in California, like, oh, you voted for Trump, like unfriend, block, like people that were friends for years. And it's like, dude, don't you see that that's what they want? Like, come on, guys. Like, that's kind of the whole point of all this is like to put us against each other. And like, if we can't come on a platform and at least have like a conversation about it and at least like go over our own opinions and our views of the, you know, predicament or situation or fucking political view, it's like, what are we doing here? Like, it's sad that people are so divided. And like, you know, I just went to this spiritual expo.
I saw that. Yeah, it was cool.
Conscious Life Expo, and there's a couple people I would love to have on that were, you know, talking about bioharmonics, using frequencies to heal, sound healing, the science behind these spiritual modalities of healing. Because as someone who is spiritual, I'm also very practical, and like I like facts and I like data and I like science. And if there's studies that back those modalities up, like, because I do believe that there are a lot of spiritual practices and ways of healing holistic ways of healing that help people. And like, even just with my own personal experience in it, it's like, you know, I used to be fucking addicted to drugs and fucking, you know, struggled with PTSD like every day. Like just getting out of bed and feeding myself was hard, you know, like the will to live was just like, I just didn't fucking care anymore. And like the fact that I'm even able to like come on to the podcast and show up on time and actually fucking like show up when I need to, like, you know, it's like I couldn't do that before, you know? And like I really feel like God was the only person who helped me through that. And like I think everyone's journey with God is different, and like that's what's so beautiful about it is like I think there's so many different ideologies of what God is that are right and not. They're right at the same. Everyone's right, I think, in some sense. Like I think God is multifaceted and not just one way. He or it or she is like has multiple ways of expressing itself, and like however people view that and come to terms with their own personal relationship with God is beautiful and unique in its own way, and that's how it should be. Just like it is unique in how they view the world and they perceive the world, because we are God. I believe everyone has God within them, and that like God is like, you know, perceiving the world through its own creations, and that's what this life is all about. And like at the end of the day, when we die, we realize that we were actually all connected and that there was never any separation between us and God ever. Like it was all just an illusion. And that's really what I think the third dimension is just a delusion of being separate from God. But that's a whole other thing. My point is like, you know, like this guy that was doing this talk, because there was a lot of really cool panels and different talks and different like spiritualists and scientists that were just talking and dumping information. I'm like, yes, I want information. This guy who runs like ayahuasca retreats and does all these different modalities of spiritual healing, he was from Ireland, and he's like, I came to America and all you guys talk about is Trump this, Biden this, Elon Musk this. And he's like, the division is crazy. Like it is so divided. He was basically telling us about how like his perception as an outsider looking in and coming to America, like how incredibly divided we are and how sad that is, because it's like the government has done that to us, and it has pinned us from the beginning of COVID. Like it's like non-vaxxers versus vaxxers and all this bullshit. And it's like, dude, it's all a fucking like mind control simulation bullshit that the government's feeding us. Like we can't feed into that too much. We have to take it with a grain of salt and like do our own research and like make our decisions based on our own experience, not what the fucking TV is telling us to, you know?
No, I agree. It's like
long ass rant.
no, it's probably. I mean, it's how the world feels right now. I think, honestly, man. I think it's just like the consciousness level we're at. I think. I definitely think everything you said. I mean, I agree with a lot of what you said. You know, I definitely think we're in some weird like VR ride, God simulation type thing. It's like, where all these things seem like it matters, and like all these people. I don't know. I feel like angels around me constantly. I feel it constantly. Numbers line up and stuff. I feel like I got ancestors and angels around me constantly. It's like I'm the best reality show on earth right now in my ancestors. You know? So it's like
I haven't even talked about the fucking UFO experience I had when we got to Vegas. Like
That-
right as I pulled up, the night that I pulled up to the Airbnb with you, my friend and I go back outside, and it's like this fucking UFO flies like right up to us, dude, and it got so close. I thought we were gonna get abducted, and not just because it got so close, but it was just this intense spiritual energy was like drawing us to it. And I'm like, yo, dude, I know I'm a little high right now, but like, are you experiencing the same thing I'm experiencing? And he was totally sober. He's like, no, that it was like psychically calling us. That's the best way I can describe it. I don't know. It was definitely otherworldly, but like, I mean, who knows? I could have been an angel. I think maybe they're the same. I don't fucking know. Like, what do I know? Stupid monkey on a flying rock. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
No, I have that stuff around me constant. I feel like I'm just always like, numbers always do it for me. I think numbers always tell me, and like, no, I have it around me constant. I had it around my mom's house constantly. Like, I feel like my ancestors were watching her pass and stuff and waiting for her.
Yeah.
And it was just a really weird thing. And I think I'm like weirdly rewarded for like taking care of it. I feel like I'm just constantly like karmically, I'm like rewarded for a lot of weeks.
Karma is very real. I mean, it's like you reap what you sow at the end of the day. Like whatever energy you're putting out is what you're going to get back. You know what I mean?
No, I feel that way too. No, it's a weird thing. It's like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't know why I'm talking. I don't know. I'm like a dude pretending to have a job, just missing his mom the whole time. Like, I'm like, yeah, doing comedy. I just miss my mom. And it's like the whole time. It's like a nuts experience to be in. But it's like, yeah, it's real. And I don't want to fake it. And I'm going to be like, everything's, it's always fun. You know, also, something's kind of funny too, is we were talking about leaving shows and then Nadia left like the same way. Like, we were talking about, I'm like, Nadia, imagine talking to two complete morons.
Thing.
It's like the people on podcasts.
Fuck! Hey!
She's like, wait, you can leave when podcasts are stupid? I didn't know that.
Next!
She's on somebody else's podcast right now. She's just like, yeah, dude, I was on a dumbass thing. It was so
so I was on the podcast and I ditched that shit so fast.
Dude, there's one podcast that we were on that this guy ended up like complaining about it, but what was funny about that episode was like we all left and then he left his camera on and he was talking about what a good time he had with his friend. He's like, well, that was a really good time.
That. And then did he complain he wanted us to take it down? Yeah.
I'm like, calm down, YouTube.
And he was like, actually, I take it all back. I didn't like what we said. Don't put it out.
Yeah,
you pussy. Hey, if you're watching, you fucking pussy ass bitch, that's chicken shit. Mean what you're saying. Mean. You can't take it back. Sorry, brother.
I'd like to reach out to him and get him a job at YouTube because they feel the same way about every episode I do.
Oh shit! So here, I'll give you a referral.
They're like this self-deprecating fat guy just exposed more truth. Fuck. Like, oh shit. But no, it's I'm glad that he hated the show, and I hope that he.
It's okay.
I hope that he never recovers.
I hope that faggot, right? Or wait, no, you're trying to say the N-word for homeless people. It's like you're like saying the N-word. Like, if anyone in this chat says the N-word, I will donate $5 to homeless people. So if you don't say the N-word, that means that you hate homeless people.
True. They did. They hated the homeless. Not one person.
Who did he apparently? So
we all want to help the homeless, but
fans of people like that.
we all want like, you know what I mean? We all want people that can help use their money to help the homeless, but then nobody wants to do the work when it comes down to it. You know, we're just always like, I'll do that at comedy shows now too. I like ask the audience what their favorite N-word is. I'm like, what's your favorite N-word, guys? And I just like name a bunch of weird shit. All right, I've been having a good time. Like, comedy's fun. We need to get some LA shows going up there. We need to hit that.
Yeah,
just sit up and down the coast up there. I'll probably do it. I'll probably book that out soon. I need to do that Thursday probably.
My friend knows the guy that runs or knows one of the Pauly Shore or whatever bullshit runs like the comedy store at the fucking in San Diego or some shit. And I was supposed to meet him at the expo, but didn't fucking make it. Whatever, dude. At this point, I realized God was just trying to cock block me from being there.
You weren't supposed to be there. You weren't supposed to be there. I was supposed to meet you probably, and then I think that like I think I was supposed to meet Joseph and some other people, and my content wasn't even allowed on the internet basically. So it's just like basically, I mean, to be honest, so it's like there's a million things like getting in the way and shit, and like I think I'm just supposed to meet everybody. I think it was like I think I'm supposed to just like it was more of
people networking because I feel like we can go back next year and do it a lot better. And it was just
want to.
things like me even trying to get my pass, and then it was just a lot of weird things that
you
I'm
weren't
like,
supposed to go. Probably you've outgrown this. Probably, in my opinion. I think.
The thing is like I was gonna try to vend and shit, and I think the universe was like, nah, dude, you're better than that, because I probably wouldn't have made any money. I probably would have wasted my energy and just been like,
I think you outgrew it. I think you outgrew it.
People kind of walk by and look at us like we're like zoo animals. That's kind of how it feels. Like we're like slaves on display or some shit. And it's just like, ooh, like gawking at us like we're not even people. And like that's kind of why I stopped going. But it's like I wanted to go again. It's been a while, and I was like, I kind of forgot like all the weirdo energy. It's like you can only really spend so much time there before you're like, I need to get the fuck out of here, dude. Like it's like all of a sudden it's like the second day was so intense, like with all those people at the party. It was just like I was like, yo, this is wow, like this is so much energy. It's like overwhelming. It was
I remember like going to that party. Like I think we were the only ones not wearing white. I think we were the only ones not. I wasn't wearing like
pink on purpose. I was like, fuck wearing white.
I thought we were the only ones. Like most people were wearing all white except for I was wearing a basketball jersey and you're wearing that pink outfit. Yeah, you look like you're in space or something. Dope. Yeah. It looked cool. But no, so it was funny because like okay, so I've never been to like a porn star party. So when I'm leaving in my Lyft, I'm like, my wife's gonna kill me. I'm like, my wife's gonna straight up murder me for going to this, but I have to go because like I have to find out what this is. I have to go. So my wife's gonna fucking murder me. So I go to this and like it was so lame. It was like literally like, it was like Justin Bieber music playing when it took me 25 minutes to get a fucking tequila. I'm like, this is the gayest party I've ever been to. I have to go. And I was like, and I went downstairs and talked to people on like sportsbook and stuff because I'm a fucking sports retard. But no, it's like I just can't even fucking do it. It's like you were cool and like a couple other people were cooler. Like nothing personal. I mean, you're like one of my good friends, nothing personal. But then the other people, I was like, these people have like these weird preconceived notions of what the party was going to be, and it wasn't that. It was just a bunch of fans and like self-important assholes. And it was just like, yeah, it was like, oh, I'm like, oh, they let anybody in. I gotta go. And like,
they really did. I think that people who got like a VIP ticket or some shit were able to go.
Yeah, it was really dorky, and like I just had to get out of there immediately, and I was like it was funny. The juxtaposition was hilarious. Of like my wife's gonna kill me for going here. Like I'm gonna laugh with this about my wife with my wife about this.
Actually, so. Oh, the last night was even worse. There was like no one in there. They had like some party on the last night, and I went. And I was like, let's get the fuck out of here. There was like 5 people. Like, oh god, and it was like all weirdos. I'm like,
no, that's how I felt. There was mostly weirdos, and I'm like, I just got 2 tequilas and left. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go, and then I just like drink them. I don't know. I'm fucking lame though. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, I mean like to be honest, I'm not as demographic. I haven't been cool in like 20 years. Even so it's like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not really the demographic place. But it was like I said, it was good meeting friends. That, like even I've known you forever. It's good meeting you, and it's good meeting like Joseph. He's hilarious too and stuff. And I think like it's more about that, and then it was more about like networking with all these people that have already been on my show. Like I met Bella Lexi in person. I met like a bunch of other.
To meet her too. That was dope.
Yeah, I met a lot of other people that are there. I ran into like Young Gravy and stuff. Like it was just like it was. I mean, it was a fun thing no matter what. I guess I had to experience it, but if I was like 21, that would have been paradise. But to a 38-year-old, it's like another level of hell. You know, it's like it's like, you know. I mean, I'm fucking boring. I don't want to do that shit. Just like I just want to. You know what I mean? I hung out with like a couple people that are pretty cool and like I mean just the whole time and had fun and like but no, it was like I don't know, Florida was better, you know. I don't know, a week off in Daytona, just stared at the beach.
Yeah, that's badass. I love Florida.
Dude, it was so close to smoking weed. Well, I'm back in fall. If you want, I need to get you out there booking out there on that show too. Like, yeah, I sold this out, so I have the fucking flyer on my wall now.
That would be dope. I've been trying to figure out a reason to go out there actually because fucking there's a couple people that want to shoot like just like artistic photos of me with I have a friend that lives out there, so I'm like I've been trying to figure that out. I was like, oh okay, I figured out the photographer and the other girl that might want to model with me, but other than that I was like, well, I guess I'll wait until I have some sort of paid gig before I actually like make a commitment to going out there. You know what I mean?
If we line up a bunch of shows, there's a lot of money. If we line up one show, there's not much money for multiple people. But if we get like 20 shows, I mean, we can walk away with some serious cash.
I mean, I'm so down. I'm down to do a tour.
Yeah, I did California too. I mean, I hit where you're at too. I mean, you can hit where I'm at. I can hit where you're at, and vice versa. I mean, if you're in the comments, watch this later. Tell us where you want us to go. Because we'll go to your town. I don't give a fuck. If it's just you, I'll still make other people go.
It's right now. Your social security number and your mother's maiden name.
Exactly.
On my way right now, dude.
We'll go. Yeah, just give us your master bedroom and your favorite car when we're in town. We'll just drive
your debit card and all your cash, and maybe I'll make you laugh. Who knows? I don't know. Fucking
yeah, I'll book a bar and grill show if you just give us all your possessions.
And maybe I will poke you in the eye, like.
Florida's fun though. I want to hit Florida back in fall, and I'm gonna hit it again like winter. I'm gonna tour Florida all fall and winter, I think. And then
nice.
It's
nice in the winter. I mean, it's nicer than it is in other places. Sometimes it randomly rains shit, but it's still like warm, like for the most part.
And it's cheap in off season. You just you just live in the. I had a place that was like I didn't pay this because I wasn't there for a month, but it was like $800 a month for this like hotel like on the beach. I was just like staring at the ocean the whole time, and like it was nice, man.
That's awesome.
It was really affordable. No. Wait, what?
Literally nothing. $800 a month.
No, it's cheap as fuck. I mean, here's the thing: Daytona's kind of ghetto, to be honest, but I don't even care. You know what I mean? I live in St. Louis. Do you think I care about ghetto?
Ghetto, but it's like as long as you know how to act in the ghetto, you're fine. Like as long as you know how to carry yourself and not like draw attention to yourself.
I just bump cigarettes off everybody. That's all I do. I'm like, hey, you got a cigarette? I'm like, fuck yeah. Then I'm just like watching the fucking ocean. It was no, Florida was like a good reset. I needed that shit. I don't know. I feel like I just like, I don't know. I feel like I just like, I'm full of hatred. I'm trying not to be. You know, I'm trying not to be mad at the world and God and all these things. So yeah, I'm trying to just keep going, you know. But no, it was good. I think this episode had nothing to do with taxes. It turned into a therapist episode for myself. So
fuck yeah. I think your mom would be proud. You fucking nailed it, dude.
I think she's been proud for a while, and I think her last wish was not to die, so we failed her there. But, she's like, I'd like to join the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and like my only wish is not to die and to keep my worldly vessel. And I'm like, well, I don't know if we could offer that, Mom, but you know, I'm just gonna make an album called Dead Mom Jokes and just fucking this entire fucking album.
You gotta put it in loving memory of.
Yeah. Recorded at Applebee's. I was doing a fucking set at Applebee's. I'm like, yeah, Brenda's dead, guys, get it? But remember when we had to interview that gangster guy right after my mom. It was the day after my mom died. You're like, are you sure you even want to do a fucking show? Like, you're just like, yeah, you were so worried. I can just tell in your face you were so worried. It was like, I just wear sunglasses. I've been crying for 24 hours.
Oh, Rick Ross?
Rick Ross, yeah. We had to talk to Rick Ross the day after my mom fucking died. That was crazy.
That was a pretty crazy episode to have him on.
I was like, dude.
Dairy.
Not even 24 hours after my mom died. I'm like, I'm still doing it. I'm still doing it.
Gangster thing you could have done, and with the most gangster person you could have done it with.
Yeah, that was like I look back at that episode. And I see you. You're like feeling bad for me, like as a friend, and I'm just like wrecked. I'm just like wrecked wearing sunglasses, and then like Rick Ross has no idea any of that's happening. He's just like answering questions while I'm just like fucking been crying for 24 hours. I have like glasses on, and then you're like, is he okay? You're like, is he like your face was like. You just had like this concerned face, and I'm like, and then Rick Ross completely oblivious to the entire thing going on. Like, it's just like that was the craziest episode I ever had to do. Probably was right after I had to pretend to care about my podcast after my mom. That was the craziest episode ever, probably for me. Maybe not for other people, but for me, that was the craziest episode. Yeah, someone asked me like what's the craziest podcast? I'm like, man, I wish I would have had that answer then, but no, it was weird. It was like that was such a crazy thing. I'm like I'm not gonna miss this because of that. It's like, you know, it's like it takes an hour to talk to someone. It's a good distraction.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Like no, I remember so many times like somebody like
must go on kind of moment. It's like
these 14 people that watch my podcast will not be disappointed. Yeah. It's like my high school friends need this episode. But no, it's just like it's a weird thing. No, I remember so many times like I would just yell at some guest, dude, for no, like because like my mom was sick, so I was just like sad about my mom being sick, and like I'm like watching and like feeding her all this, and then somebody would be like, somebody would say something, and I just go off on them for being fat for like half an hour. I'm like, you're just fucking fat, and you don't make any fucking sense, and all this stuff. And it's funny, like now I'm fat after I called so many people fat. I'm like, damn it. It's like brutal. It's like a brutal karma, you know. It's like
well, your face doesn't look fat, so you can't really tell. Like,
no, I only look fat in basketball jerseys. I noticed they do like, no, let me prove this. Hang on. This isn't like some weird. This isn't some like this fucking retard with an eating disorder.
Or cut off t-shirts. That's when you look fat. Like,
dude, it's so funny. Yeah.
Cut off t-shirts. Like, what the fuck?
No, it looks so fat. I'm only bringing this up because it makes me laugh. Like being fat's funny. So it's like I think if you're fat, you guys,
first of all, you're incredible. It looks like you're wearing no pants.
In this video, I'm not gonna play the song again for people, but in this video,
when it zooms out, you look like you're not wearing any pants.
I do. Holy shit, that does. Holy fuck, that does. Can you see my mouse when I'm doing stuff? Can you see my mouse on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so like look right here though, this big ass belly, dude. It's like so funny, and these like big ass arms here. It's like so funny. Like, you know, I probably gained like 40 pounds not working out, and like after I called people fat for so long, and now I'm getting fat. I'm like cruel world. Cruel world. But I know it happened to me too. Like whenever I don't know another thing, I shaved my head into like a horseshoe, and I'd made fun of bald people, and then my hair never grew back. Swear to God. I was in Texas. My buddy Luke, you can Google him, Luke Deiser. He's got a very uncommon name. He shaved my head. Ask him if this story's true if you don't believe it. But no, he fucking like shaved the top of my head. And I'd go around to bald people and I made fun of them. I go, hey, looks like we go to the same barber. And I just like made fun of him and shit. And like and it never grew back. Like I'm so like back here so bald and fucked up. Dude, instant karma.
Damn, that's fucked.
Instant karma. And that's how you end a show on taxes. So talking about yourself incessantly and giggling. But so I think but no, it was. We have anything else to cover? What else? You have anything else to talk about before we get out of here? People watching.
No, I just follow my shit. I don't know, Nikki X Nightly and my Venus Vixen. I don't fucking care. I don't even really give a shit if you follow me. Like, just don't follow me in person. Don't find out where I live and then start following me. Because then
I'm the opposite. Like, don't follow me on social media, but follow me in person. I have the opposite request. So stalk me and make my life interesting. Try to break into my office and steal my shit. I have a lot of cool shit that you don't have, and I can afford groceries. So if you think, I don't know, it's like, remember people complaining about gas 10 years ago? Like, I couldn't afford gas. I'm like, you can't afford gas? I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with your life? You know what I mean? It's just like, if you can't afford groceries, you're a loser. Don't forget that.
That's the real message.
Get richer. Today. Get richer and stop crying like a bitch. Yeah.
That part.
We're going to all have the mark of the beast soon and be punished eternally, so don't worry about it. It only seems like eggs matter now until you realize the situation your soul's in, you fucking idiots. You're all going to fucking burn unless you find Jesus Christ as your Savior and apologize about every evil thing you've ever done. We're all sinners. And apologize about it, own it, be accountable.
Apologize, okay? Come on, guys.
Just be accountable. You're like, I'm sorry, I sucked 17 dogs' dicks, Jesus. It's just like, hey, Tom, hey, fuck you, Tom. Tom said Nikki's the best. What's that? Tom, I actually know that motherfucker. Tom, you try to say. I'm just joking. I still love you, Tom, even if you think my co-host is better than me. So thank you very much.
Well, just tits, whatever.
It's like a
they don't even feed babies or nothing, dude.
They're like, there's this hot girl and this homeless Louis C.K. on screen. I'm gonna go with the hot girl, I think. Like, I don't know. That's what they're going with.
New trademark. You're like, hey, come see homeless Louis C.K. What?
Yeah. Live at a bar and grill or a shopping center in Florida.
Doing bars and grills now. You didn't know that? Well, it's a homeless Louis C.K., so obviously. All right, dude. I love you. This is a great episode. Everybody follow us or don't follow us. We don't really give a shit. So
just don't die.
Just don't die.